Welcome to the Solo Ant Show, and we are your hosts, Expected Ant and Romeo. Romeo, how you doing?
I'm doing splendid. How are you, Inspector Ants?
I'm peachy.
They say I'm in the closet,
Ain't
but that ain't true.
wrong with the underage girl. Ain't
Oh,
nothing
goodness.
wrong with a little kitty porn.
Goodness gracious, bro. Too much to handle. So this is Romeo and Inspector Ant. So Mr. Inspector Ant, what is the topic for this?
Here's the motherfucking tea.
Well, okay, so last week we briefly discussed. We briefly discussed the James Younger issue, the James Younger case last week, where his mom is okay. His parents are getting divorced, and they're doing this huge like custody battle on who gets custody of the kid. And the mom decides that because her son likes Starfire, that means he wants to be a woman, and so she is fighting to transition her son by giving him puberty blockers and pumping his body up with estrogen. So therefore, when he does hit the age of puberty, instead of him developing sperm and shit like a man,
Like a real man.
developing like titties and yeah. So like when he gets to high school, he'd be like a 15-year-old kid with double D's and a dick. And the mom even went as far as saying that he wants to be called Luna.
Okay.
And the dad refuses to call him Luna,
What's the kid's name?
James.
Julie.
But according to the mom, the
James.
mom says that he wants to be called Luna. And then
According to the mom.
yeah, and then the dad said that he's gonna call his son James, and that he does not want his son to become a girl, and he is against the whole transitioning. He thinks that his ex-wife is putting his son up, is putting this shit into his son's head, like, yeah, you're a girl, you're a girl, you're a girl.
Girl.
Who told you were a girl?
Mommy.
When did she tell you were a girl?
Because I love girls.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you were a girl?
Uh-huh.
Does mommy do anything else like with a girl with you?
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like kisses.
What does she do?
She do put them on me.
She puts dresses on you?
She paints my nails.
Why does she do that?
Because I don't like nail polish.
Oh. So mommy puts you in a dress and puts nail polish on you?
Mm-hmm.
And what does mommy tell you?
She tells me I'm a girl.
And then so they went to court. The judge ruled that both him and his ex-wife will have joint custody of the kid, but the judge also ruled in favor of the mom, saying that the mom has the right to transition the boy into a girl, and basically he just has to the dad just has to accept that shit. And to be honest with you, man, this thing kind of makes me not want to have kids, because it's kind of like, first of all, divorce court always favors the woman. That's number one. Mm-hmm. And then this shit is proving to me that, okay, if you divorce your wife, not only will the court decide in her favor, but then if you have kids involved, you don't even have a say on what gender the kid's gonna be. Like if the mom says, okay, we're gonna make him a girl, it's like you just gotta accept it. There's nothing you could do about it, which to me is just bullshit. The way I look at it is like, he helped create this kid, so he should have a say on what's going on with the kid, with the kid's life.
Equality, baby. Equality.
Yeah, like, because I don't blame him. Like, if that was my son, I'd be like, fuck that. I ain't calling you Luna. No, your name is James.
And this is a Dallas child custody battle.
Yeah, this is happening in Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. You would think they would be against things like that in Texas, since Texas is a conservative, conservative state, and for them to allow that's surprising. I mean, and it was ruled, I believe, was it? How long ago was this? On October 24th, or wait, no, earlier than that.
They've been going back and forth now. It became news in October 24th. It became news. But yeah, like it's gotten so bad that the governor got involved. Because even the governor's like, this is some horse shit.
Man, that's ridiculous. So now the kid has no say in this. I mean, he's a 7-year-old.
Well, see, here's the funny thing though. The kid, when he goes to school, he actually wants to be a boy.
Right.
He only acts like a girl when he's at his mom's house, and that's because his mom. I think his mom makes him try to be a girl. And I said this I said this on the last episode that we did when we talked about it briefly. I honestly believe that this woman wanted to have a daughter and was pissed off she had a son, and now she's trying to, I guess, correct God's mistake and make herself have a daughter.
That's funny because on the I don't know if this is what is this? Is this the Dallas News? Yeah, the Dallas Morning News. There was a little phrase here. Oh shoot, where is it? Okay, so the letter was signed by First Assistant Attorney General Jeff Letier, who has referred to transgender children as Satan's spawn and evidence of Satan's plan. I think that was pretty hilarious. So that would make the mom Lucifer, right? Satan's son or Satan's spawn. Hey, see, this shouldn't I guess change your perspective in wanting to have children one day, because see, you're still the parent. Every parent deals with their children in their own way, as far as like disciplinary or just daily lives, and how they train their kids. But see, you as a father, I think you'd be a pretty good father, man. I mean, if you were to have a son, and I'm going to ask you this question, and you wanted to be gay, what's your first step or priority in your son's plan? And your son's only 7 years old, and he goes, "Daddy, I want to play with Barbie dolls because this kid looks really cute."
Okay, but like I said though, like him being gay is okay. Like I'll use my own personal experience because I went with this with my brother.
Right.
But like when he was that age, he used to he wanted to be Batgirl all the time, and he too used to play, like every time we played Batman, like we'll play Batman and Robin, and like me and my friends would figure out.
I'm sorry.
Like, yeah, me and my
hold
homeboy.
on, let me cut you off real quick because.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me cut you off real quick. The fact that you said your brother wants to be Batgirl, it's funny because then you sent me a link stating that the new Batgirl is going to be Zoe Kravitz, so it's okay now.
Dude, it's Catwoman. It's Catwoman.
Oh, is it Catwoman?
Yeah.
Okay, but Commissioner Gordon is black.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright.
So therefore, of course, Batgirl's going to be black as well. Right. Okay. I was just thinking about that, but go ahead.
No, so like every time like we play like Batman and shit, like me and our other friend, we'll try to we'll fight over like, okay, who's gonna be Batman, who's gonna be Robin. My brother, on the other hand, it was never an issue with him because he just volunteered to be Batgirl. We don't know why, but he just always wanted to be Batgirl. and then like he'll play with like Barbie dolls and shit. But I'm just saying, like I use that as examples of because like we never like I don't know back in the '90s anyway. It wasn't an issue of like okay your son wants to be a girl or whatever. It's just kind of like he's probably going through a phase. There's a chance he might be gay, but you just let it play out, and it ended up playing out that he was gay, but he didn't want to be a girl. He still identifies to this day as a man. So as far as this kid, it started out with him wanting to be Starfire, but it's like just because
being gay is not enough. Being gay is not enough. Like the mom wants him.
Well, I'm saying though,
full transformation.
I'm saying though that he might not even be gay. Though. He's only 7, so I mean, like as he gets older, he might just be going through a phase. And when he gets older, he just might be straight pussy, or he might be bisexual, he might be gay or whatever. But I just feel like as he gets older, he should make the decision on his own. To me, 7 is too young to say, okay, let's make him transgender.
Right. No, that's true. Yeah. 7 is way too young. Way too young for a child to know exactly what they want, because all the kid wants to do is like play with kids. Kids.
And then not only that, I'm sorry, but like not only that,
I mean a 7-year-old, that's way too young.
Yeah, but then not only
you're steamed up for this one, huh? You're steamed.
Well, and then, like I said, not only that, but it's like when he goes to school, he wants to be a boy. When he's at his dad's house, he's a boy. The only time he acts like a girl is when he's with his mom. And I think, like I said, it could just be, he's just trying to make his mom happy. Because I honestly believe, even though there's no proof, but I honestly believe like the mom is like putting shit in his head.
And to put all these like hormones and like breast, because like estrogen hormones to produce like breasts, men breasts, that and different kinds of like stuff that they're putting in the child's body. I mean, you would think that the Dallas court would consider this child abuse, because even okay.
Well, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Let me step back.
I was gonna say I was gonna cut you off. I was gonna say like the judge in this case happened to be a woman, so maybe she sympathizes with the mom in this issue.
Now, this is coming from a conservative state. That's interesting.
Yeah,
that's totally interesting.
See, pussy power. No, they
yeah. We have a shirt, by the way, called
Pussy Power.
Would you like to promote that real quick?
Well, yeah, sure. Like, if you want your Solo Ant gear, we now have our online shop. Teesprings.com /Solo Ant. You get all your Solo Ant merch, because Romeo and I decided that we want to quit our jobs and give you guys more content. So, go ahead, support us, and get your Solo Ant gear.
So we quit our jobs?
And your Pussy Power hoodie. Is getting cold. So what better way to stay warm than with a Pussy Power hoodie?
and how many colors does it come with, Mr. Inspector?
So far, just one. But
okay.
We'll work on other colors.
Okay, cool. Well,
sorry. We also got Pussy Power towel, so you can also dry off with your Pussy Power.
No underwear?
Well, no. The whole point of the towel is that when you get out of the shower, you just dry yourself off with Pussy Power.
All right. I lost track. What were we talking about? What were you talking about?
Well, you were making a point about how you were surprised that the judge sided with the court. I mean, sided with the mom.
Yeah.
And I was just saying that the judge in this case happens to be a woman, so maybe her being a woman, she probably sympathized with the mom more than with the dad.
There was also stories about how teens. I'm talking about teenagers, right? Not even teenagers, maybe teenagers, like 13, 14, 15, still in high school, females, who go to these plastic surgeons and they try an appointment to get breast implants or, to get a boob job. And you know what the plastic surgeons tell them? You're a little too young for that. We can't even provide you these procedures because you have to be a certain specific age.
Well,
And
with
these are
this
coming
kid,
from
with this
doctors
kid,
who are 15 and 14.
well, this
You
kid
know,
he wouldn't even need implants because since his mom's gonna pump up with estrogen, therefore, when he actually hits the age of puberty, he'll just be growing titties naturally.
yeah, but it still doesn't make it right. I mean, I think it makes it even worse. You know, I know that the kid's too young, way too young, way too young for anything like that. What happened?
No, I said I agree.
So, I think this is an atrocious discovery, and from as far as like the link goes, and especially coming from like the state of Texas, like I would not expect anything like that. But then again, you did mention that the judge, and I don't want to have to assume that the judge is being biased, just taking the mom's side by taking the mom's side. But I don't know. There should be a law against this. I mean, I don't think the judge. I know the judge is still the court still because ruled by government, and judges are still above them in some sort because they didn't make the decisions. But that was a mistake of a decision, and I think it's a stupid decision from a judge.
Okay. Forget about the kid for a minute though. Like, just let's talk about the parents. What would you say if let's say you're married and you have a kid. The wife has custody of the kid. Well, right now they have joint custody. But anyway, let's say you were married, you get divorced, and then all of a sudden, your ex-wife comes to you with this bullshit that, oh yeah, by the way, our son is a girl now and his name's Luna. Like, how would you feel if your ex, came to you with that shit regarding your child?
Goodness gracious! I mean, it's hard to say because I mean, I don't
Would
have a
you
kid.
I don't know. Like for me, I don't have one either. But it's like I don't know. For me, it's just like
I would be mad. I would be extremely. I would be angry. I would be angry, and I would try to hire the best lawyers to get full custody of my. I mean, I don't know. I'd look at her and be like, are you stupid? Like, where did you come from? Like, why did I even marry you? Like, why did we have children if I knew that you were going to make these type of decisions if it didn't work out?
Well,
like,
yeah.
Let's step back a little bit. Like, when you get married, right? They're talking about
why we got divorced because
kids.
you retarded. No, so I'm gonna say like this is the reason why we're getting divorced because you're fucking retarded.
Right. And here's my question: like before, like after they got married, or maybe I don't know if they had kids after or before they got married, but when they were together and had children together, I mean, before having children, of course you're going to talk to your spouse about decisions and like responsibilities of having a child. Like, wouldn't there be some sort of a discussion where, what if it's girl or what if it's a boy? What are we going to name the girl? What are we going to name the boy? But wouldn't you ask questions like that? Like, as a man, of course, you would most likely want a boy. Most men, they want like a mini version of themselves.
Yeah, but yeah,
normally, and of course, I love it. Oh, good. Hello.
Yeah. No, I was gonna say that like normally, normally you ask those questions regarding like, okay, if it's a boy, if it's a girl. That's normally when you're trying to decide the name. But in this case, the kid is already born. Like he's 7 years old. So, and she claims that like, well, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
Well, what I'm saying is, okay, if like, okay, if I was the husband or the ex-husband, the father, and we didn't have the kid yet, I would talk to her and be like, okay, do you want a girl? I would ask her. It's just like, you should probably would like a girl, and I would ask her the same question again. Well, what if it's a boy? Would that be okay with you? And if she says it's okay, then of course you're going to start the whole baby making, project. The boy comes out, and all of a sudden she just decides to change her mind and turn this boy into a girl. That part doesn't make any sense. Like, there's got to be a point where she said, yes, I don't mind having it. But if we are going to have a boy, I mean, what did she tell him? Like, if we have a boy, I'm going to change the sex,
No, but I'm saying, like, that's a weird conversation to even have, because most people, regardless if you want to have a boy or girl or not, when the baby's born, most people just accept it. Like, I've never heard of a woman say like, "Oh, I wanna make my kid into a fucking transgender." Like, most people don't think like that. So for this woman to think that way, like, to me, it just doesn't make any sense. And like I said, like I said, the kids. So I mean, to even have that conversation, like me personally, I wouldn't even think to even have that conversation with my wife, because it just, most people don't think that way. Like, I mean, you're absolutely right. If I was to have a kid, like, yeah, I prefer to have a boy. But if it ends up coming out as a girl, like, you just accept it. I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay.
Accept it.
I'm not gonna be like, oh, my daughter's gonna be my daughter wants to be called uh Richard now.
Yeah.
Because this woman, she's claiming that her son has been wanting to be a girl since he was 3.
Yeah, but kids say anything, I mean, 3 years old, like, kids don't know anything. They don't even know, what sex is. They don't know what parts of the body is. They're still trying to. They're exploring their bodies, and they're still trying to find out what each part does. My hand does this. My foot does this. At 3 years old, come on. Kids are still trying to figure out things.
And like I said, I go back to the fact that when he's at school, he identifies as a boy. So it lets you know that even he doesn't even know what the fuck he wants. Because like, at 7, he probably just does the whole, I'm Luna shit just to appease his mom. And then when he's at school with his homeboys, it's like, yeah, I'm James.
Damn, I mean, is she still going through the procedure? Are there any updates to what with this family? Are there any updates?
Okay, let me see if there's any updated.
This is ridiculous. What's wrong with this country? What's wrong with this? What's wrong with this world that we live in today, man? In times like this, I wish there was a zombie apocalypse so they can get rid of like some of these idiotic people. So while you're looking for that, let me read a little line here. The ruling issued by a jury of peers after hearing both sides of this case should call into question the distorted and untrue version of events that has been circulated. The statement said, Georgilas is being viciously attacked and threatened by complete strangers based on false and untrue statements. That doesn't make sense. And she said he fabricated details of his life, such as his military background, education, work experience, and how many times he'd been married before. He denies misrepresenting his past. So that's why supposedly the court, I guess, gave her some points.
What was it to do with the son?
I don't know. This is just going through the issues between the two, and why the court favored her the most. So it's pretty much saying that he's not fit to be a father, and he's not fit to take care of his kid
Well,
individually.
yeah, that'll be as far as like giving the mom custody, but I don't know
Yeah,
what that has to do with letting the mom turn the son into a transgender.
yeah, I'm trying to find that right now too.
All right, so originally, the judge gave the ex-wife custody of James, and that she can go ahead and give James the puberty blockers and help him transition into a girl. Then that decision was overruled, and right now the new decision was is that the both parents will have joint custody. So he'll
Oh,
split
good.
time. He'll split time with between mom and dad, and
All right.
both parents will have equal say until the kid turns 18. And then when the kid turns 18, he can do whatever the
Uh-huh.
fuck he wants. But of
All
course,
right.
the issue is
Cool.
the mom. Like I said, the mom says that he tells her that he's a girl and he identifies as a girl, and then the dad's saying that well when he's at my house he's a boy and just wants to do boy shit, and when he goes to school he's a boy and just wants to do boy shit. So the question is, how come he's only doing girl shit at the mom's house?
Well, it's because of, like you mentioned. I mean, I'm sure that the mom is really trying to embed these ideas into the kid's head, and usually kids at the age of 7. I mean, they're still kids. They copy and listen to whatever the parents say or do, for the most part. So the mom is going to be like, what's the kid's name again?
James.
James. The mom's gonna be like, okay, James. So today I want you to put on this dress and play with that little Ken and Barbie doll. But I want you to pretend that you're Barbie asking Ken out on a date. And of
Well,
course, he's gonna do it.
she even has pictures of him in the dress.
See, I didn't even have to see a picture of that to guess that. I'm just going by what I'm reading and what I'm hearing so far. And the mom she's got some mental disabilities right now. She has, I don't know, she got some weird, I don't know if it's fetishes or whatnot, but she's not all in, like, she's not all in there.
The only thing I gotta say for the dad is like, what did he see in this woman in the first place? Because clearly, this is not a woman I would want to have kids with.
Well, I mean, it depends on the scenario. I mean, usually when people go on dates or go out who don't live with each other yet, usually when people go out on dates, like, they mask themselves. They try to be the person they want their spouse to expect them to be, just to please them for that moment, because there's some personal gain there. Therefore, they'll try to act like that person that, you'll try to act like that person your girl wants you to be, because of course you want that one thing, right? Usually when we're on the first dates, we mask ourselves. We try to be the person that our date wants us to be. So,
Well, I mean, I think the better question is, after they got married and you know who she is at this point, what made you, decide to get her pregnant?
I mean, did they get pregnant before or after they got married?
It does not say. It just says that they're fighting for custody of the child.
Well, I mean, despite that, it's like, I mean, people usually make decisions, drastically. Like they don't even think about they don't even think about or plan things out. And I'm not saying that this family did that, but sometimes it happens, and things just happen, like an accidental baby. Like, just like I mentioned, like.
Well, I mean, I think though. I mean, like I said, I'm not sure if they were married or not, but if they were married beforehand, I don't think the baby was an accident.
Right. Like like I mentioned earlier, I'm sure they talked about it, like just any other, couple would. Like, hey. So I'm thinking,
Yeah, because it says here that she's trying to chemically castrate her son.
yeah, it's. I don't know. I think she just fell down and just hit her head in the concrete, and all her screws are just loose. Or I would not know. She's probably watching too many of those like episodes of The View. So, this is
Like, it'd be really cool
like
if my kid was transgender.
it just doesn't make any sense. Hey, here, my question is the growing process of the child. How is he going to be around children? He's going to be one of the 1% kid who is transgender in a public school or private school or whatever. Like, he's going to be the oddball. What happens in prom?
Kid's gonna be fucking confused. Like, yo, man, Luna got some big ass titties, but she got
What
a
about
dick though.
relationships?
She got a
What about
dick.
exactly? What about locker rooms? What about they don't got like transgender bathrooms or restrooms for the kids. There's either your
Well, by the time this kid hits high school, they might, because he's only 7.
Okay.
So you're talking about like what, 10 years from now. So
Right.
I mean, the way our society is going, it wouldn't surprise me if they have like transgender bathrooms and shit.
Wait, are you saying we're gonna have a lot of like teens and kids who are going the transgender route?
It's
As
happening.
a
It's
young
happening. It's happening already. So it wouldn't surprise me if 10 years from now we see more of it. And it's so acceptable now.
Thank you, Jenner.
I'm with Kate.
Thank you, Jenner. Nickname should be transgender.
I'm transgender.
Oh my gosh. I really don't know what to say. I mean, this is a different. It just what doesn't make. See, the thing is, when the kid grows up, he's not only is going to be confused, but what if he doesn't even like boys like that, and he's just transgender because it was decided for him. Like you mentioned earlier, he identifies.
They should just wait until he's 18.
Right. Which I'm glad. I'm just trying to figure out this mom's mentality. What gave her some sort of an idea to do something so idiotic to a child? Because again, to me, it's still child abuse. It's like maybe not as bad as putting a tattoo on your kid who's only 4 or 5 years old. But
To me, this is worse.
This is worse. I know.
Yeah, you can. I mean, you can always remove a tattoo. You can't remove,
hormones.
estrogen out of your body.
Yeah, right. It's a messed up society, bro. And it's not only it's not only the younger generation, but we got full grown adults acting stupid.
Yeah, because like if she does the puberty blockers like they said, he'll be chemically castrated, which means it means when he does go through puberty, he won't even be able to get an erection. He's gonna be shooting blanks.
So he won't be able to. That's it. The last name ends right there, right? For the father.
Yeah.
The surname ends there. Yeah. Not unless if there are.
Unless
if he has brothers.
They also have a daughter too. So unless the daughter becomes a lesbian.
Yeah, but yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. Wait, how does it work? How does it work when it's a lesbian wedding? Whose last name do you?
I was gonna say like that's only if the daughter's the man in the relationship.
Is that what it is?
I don't know. I don't know how this shit works.
How does it work? Because both daughters have fathers.
I ask myself the same thing when it comes to like gay marriage. Like which husband gets the name?
Like which bride gets the last name? Or do they decide? I think it's a mutual decision. Yeah, but you don't even know who the groom is.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, do they decide amongst themselves? It's a weird thing. Though. This is becoming like a political issue now.
Which one?
This case, because you got the liberals are saying that
it's okay.
The liberals side with the mom, and they're saying that and that the dad is, well, not the dad, but they're saying that Texas is afraid of transgender kids, and that's why the conservatives are trying to block the judge's decision.
That's okay. Yeah.
And liberals call this kid a she, and they call her Luna.
Goodness gracious. I know I asked you this question before, but have you ever had a discussion with a liberal?
Discussion with who?
A liberal.
Yes, it's like the most annoying shit ever.
Why?
Because the discussion doesn't go anywhere. It's like instead of you having a discussion, it's like if you don't agree with them, then they just resort to name calling. Like I swear to God, man, because I was talking to a liberal about the movie Black Panther, and now mind you, I liked the movie Black Panther when I watched it in theaters, but I watched it again a second time, and watching it a second time was like, you know what, this movie really isn't all that great. Like, it's like it's all right. Like it's one of those movies like you can only watch it one time, because if you watch it more than one time, you start to notice all the faults in the movie. And then you realize that this movie really isn't all that great. And so I said that.
You know what's funny, bro? When let me cut you off. Sorry to cut you off real quick, but what's funny is that the hype was so high on Black Panther. This is before I even watched the movie, and I finally watched it. I mean, I like it. To be honest with you, I like the Black Panther better in Civil War. I like the suit. I like his character.
Well, yeah, to me, his character in Civil War was great, but in his own movie, he was just kind of like he was like the worst character.
It's all right. No, but I mean, I like it, but from all the hype, I don't think it was worth all that hype though, because to me it was another typical superhero movie.
Well, but see, that was my point. Like, to me, it was just like your average Marvel movie, because all the Marvel movies, for the most part, they follow the same formula. But anyway, so I had this discussion with a liberal, and they called me a racist, and I'm black.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say that. No, they were gonna call you an Oreo.
He's like, "Oh, you just saying that because you hate black people?" I'm like, "But I am black."
You are black. Hey, you're Dave Chappelle from that
black people,
one episode.
Like, not all black people have to like Black Panther.
Yeah. And if you don't watch it, you're racist.
Well, I watched it and said that I really didn't like the movie the second time watching it, and I still got called a racist.
So that's a liberal telling you that?
Yeah.
Okay. Was the liberal white or black?
Of course, it's white.
It was a white.
White people love talking about how other races should feel about racism.
Bro,
like they go.
White liberals are they're just instigators. You know. Every time I listen or try to have a conversation with a liberal, I feel like I'm trying to talk about logic and how I see, makes sense. based on statistics and numbers and this and percentages or whatnot.
Oh, you like
Because it's facts.
you like Candace Owens, right?
Who?
Candace Owens, the Black
Yeah,
Republican.
I do like Candace Owens. I
All
do.
right,
Um,
I'm gonna send you a video of her arguing with this white liberal in Congress.
I think I've already seen it, but send it to me anyway. I
All
do
right.
like Candace Owens. I'm glad that she is a conservative and the way she speaks. I mean, it just makes her so sexy the way she talks. But anyways, besides that, so when I'm talking to a liberal and I'm trying to talk about logistics and just things just based off of facts, not because of how I feel about things, but like, look, here's a paper, here's the proof. That's how I try to talk to them. But when they argue back, they argue with like unicorns and like rainbows and like fucking centaurs, medusas. What I'm trying to say is that when they talk about things, it's based off of like fantasies. Like we're like, you try to ask them for facts and they can't give it to you. Every time you say the word facts, it's like a bad word. It's the F bomb. It's like the F word to them. And that's when they start to complain, like, no, we don't, you're just race. Like, that's when they throw in the race card. Like, you say the word facts around them, they're just gonna throw in the race card. No.
Yeah, like they have like when they know they're losing an argument or even
Yeah.
a discussion, they just resort to like, for example, like this discussion we're having right now about James. A liberal will listen to this and be like, oh, well, these two are transphobic. Actually, already been called transphobic.
Look, I would even mind having a transgender friend. And if I find a cool one who has, great mentality and, logic about things, but that has nothing to do with being transphobic. It has something to do with, dealing with a 7-year-old. This is way too young. If the 7-year-old turns 18, or once the 7-year-old turns 18 and still feels they want to do procedures on them, then that's your choice. But I don't think the mom should, have any, say as far as like what a 7-year-old's decision is, because they don't have, like, what I mean, they don't. No 7-year-old is going to be like, oh, I want to have this. Like, they're too young to be deciding things like that.
Yeah, like they don't really don't know better.
Because this is based off of what the mom's saying. Mom is saying this is what their child wants. Well, then, as a parent, you should take responsibility and say, no, you're too young for that. Wait till you turn 18, then we can discuss.
Here's another thing though. The mom took the kid to see a psychiatrist, and the psychiatrist diagnosed the kid with gender dysphoria.
What is it? Diagnose the kid with what?
Gender dysphoria. That's the mental disorder that most transgenders have.
Okay. So it's pretty much stating that the kid is confused.
Well, again, this comes from the mom, but yeah, basically to the mom is saying that the psychiatrist said that the kid has gender dysphoria, which means he's a girl trapped in a boy's body.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll give him that, but still doesn't give him any right to do any procedures on a kid so young. Hormonal procedures, anything like that. I think, okay, let this kid grow it out, see the world a little bit, explore a little bit, and check their options as they grow. Once they turn 18, they should be old enough as a young adult to be able to make decisions. If that's what the kid wants, then go for it. But I still think that the age gap is is way too far. It's just 7. I mean, 7 years old. That's too young. I still say nay on that.
And to answer your question, they had the kid after they got married, but they got divorced in 2016 when
Mm-hmm.
the kid was 4, and
So, mm-hmm.
yeah, and again the mom claims that starting at the age of 3 is when she became concerned because her son wanted to play with like female characters and like I said, like Starfire and shit like that.
Right. Yeah. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Again, like we've been saying, like it's just too young. Like I mean, just because a kid at 3 years, just because at 3 years old, your son wants to, he wants to be Starfire, doesn't mean that he wants to be. Here's my thing about this whole situation is that he's 7. He's just a kid, and the thing about kids is that kids they change their mind every fucking time. So yeah, so Starfire might be his favorite superhero now, but I'm pretty sure if you let that kid watch Spider-Man Far From Home, and you ask him that same kid who's your favorite superhero, he's gonna be like Spider-Man, because that's what kids do. They just like whatever the last thing they saw.
Yeah. Right. I don't know. I thought this is. I think this is pretty bogus, but I'm glad they did a retrial, and they decided
They have joint custody.
joint custody and for decisions to be made once the kid turns 18. At least then, child support is usually ends at the
Well,
age of
at least
18
it's
for kids, right? So,
at least have to pay child support because they got joint custody.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, America wins in this one, right? Or conservatives win in this one.
For now.
For Any other thoughts on this topic?
No, I mean, well, we pretty much said everything. Well, I pretty much said everything I feel about it. Like I said, we talked about it briefly on our last episode.
Yeah.
We just want to go over it again because we got some comments and people, I guess conservatives, supporting the dad in this situation and saying that this what the mom's doing is pretty fucked up, and that I guess you can make the case that what she's doing is child abuse because like I said I believe 7's too young, and that when the kid when the kid turns 18, if that's what he wants to do, then I'll support it. But right now at 7, he's just too young. And like I said, the fact that he wants to be a boy at school, and he's a boy with his dad, and he's only a girl when he's around his mom. That lets me know she's probably putting some shit in his head.
Crazy ass bitches. Crazy.
The mom now wants a retrial because she the judge that supported that both parents have a say and that they should have joint custody posted something on Facebook, and because of that she feels like the judge should step down.
The judge is being unfair. according to her.
Yeah.
So that proves it. The mom does want to turn her into a woman. Turn her son into a woman. It's not the son's
That and
decision.
she wants child support because
She wants child support.
she doesn't want joint custody. She wants custody. She wants
Yeah.
100% custody.
Bullshit. So fucked up. Makes you not want to get married.
Exactly.
You think about it. Marriage is expensive. Divorce is expensive. And
Well,
what's even more expensive?
like the saying goes, it's cheaper to keep her.
Yep. I don't know. Scary thought. Marriage. That's like a death hole right there. Everything you've worked for.
Yeah, she
Down
wants.
the drain.
She wants to be the sole guardian of the child, so she wants 100% custody. So they're gonna go. They're going right back to court.
Well, I hope he hires a good lawyer this time.
I
Better
mean,
lawyer.
you know, at the end of the day, he's gonna lose because for the simple fact that he's a man.
Right.
Because they like I said, this whole like when it comes to divorce, they always side with the woman. I don't know why, but they always side with the woman.
Where are the feminists and their equality on this part? How come they don't chant equality when it comes to divorce court orders?
Because feminists only want equality when it benefits them.
Yeah. There you go, liberals. You've heard it.
But like I said, man, it'll be fucked up when this kid, turns like 15 and he's into girls, but he can't get it up because his mom, blocked his puberty and shit.
Yeah, that's why I think that should be decided once he turns 18. It should be a decision from him, not from the parents, from the individual himself. It's not fair for parents to make decisions like that for kids, especially something like that. That's too much. I mean, you can, as a parent, you should be able to make decisions for your kid for their well-being, to keep them safe, to keep them from harm. Don't do drugs, don't do this, don't drink, so at a young age. But I mean, hormones and puberty blockers, yeah, that's disgusting, bro.
Well, let me ask you this though, real quickly before we get out of here. The fact that he chooses to be a boy at school, what does that say to you, and do you think that would help the dad's case?
Oh, I think I think the kid has made his decision already that he wants to be a boy, and it should be able to help the dad's case. It just comes to show that the mom is whispering in the kid's ear,
Yeah.
trying to tell him things. That's pretty much how I see it. And for the mom to have a retrial, I mean, that comes to show that she's not happy with not only the custody battle of the kid, but both of them having joint custody, but the fact that she's now unable to decide for the kid's gender. See, for her to be angry about that proves that it's her plan and it's her agenda and her goal to turn her young son into a girl. It's what she wants, not what the kid wants, for the most part. I mean, identity crisis or not, that this kid has, or based on what the psychiatrist diagnosed the kid with.
Allegedly.
The kid, huh?
I said allegedly.
Allegedly, the kid should still be able to make a decision for himself once he turns 18, and that's the bottom line. There's no if or and whatever. No. Once he turns 18, let him decide for himself. That's it.
I 100% agree.
Mm-hmm. Can't knock it till you try it, big boy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what she.
That's your Your
Oh yeah,
transgender
yeah.
experience right there
On the metro.
at the metro.
Have you ever been with a girl like me?
Have you?
Nah. I should have kept her number and tried it out. Maybe my view would change.
There you go. Like you said, you can't knock it till you try it. Oh, well, then there you have it.
All right, so you can follow us on Spec. Well, not follow us, but you can listen to us on Specker, iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Podcasts. We're all over the place. So just what you call it. So yeah, you can just Google us, find us Solo Ant. Like I said, we're now on TuneIn. So TuneIn brings you live sports, music, news, podcasts, and internet radio from around the world. Listen to the audio you love on any device and let the moment move you. So basically, download the TuneIn app and you can listen to us wherever you are around the world, and let us move you.
Right. Thank you, Inspector Ed. And of course, any shout outs?
Let's see, we got some shout outs here. We have
Must be a long list.
we have just one. We just have Coco Marie.
Coco Marie.
Yeah. Oh, and
Probably tastes like chocolate.
And also to shout out to Rams Talk.
Rams Talk.
Yeah, he has his own LA Rams fan who has his own Twitter page where he just talks about all LA Rams stuff. But he liked one of the football episodes that we did, so shout out to him.
All right, cool.
And so on, I'm like butchering this whole thing right now, but yeah, so you can find us on TuneIn, Spotify, Stitcher, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts. Also, too, like I said, you can find us on Teesprings. I'll probably post a link on this episode. So, like I said, you get your own Solo Ant merchandise. We now have merch. Pretty soon we'll be starting a Patreon. We're still trying to figure that shit out, though. Romeo is still working on the YouTube after all this time, and no, we're expanding. We're expanding. So you can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Expected Ant. Romeo, your social media information.
And to be honest with you, I don't even remember my Twitter, but I'm sure you do.
Okay, well, when he remembers.
Yeah. Until I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You follow us on Tumblr.
I'm barely starting on this.
Yeah, follow us on Tumblr at SoloAnt3. So look for us on Tumblr. We also post the episodes on Tumblr as well. So yeah, that's it for today, and we will see. So what?
Candace Owens is racist against black people.
Oh, you watched the video?
No, I'm just looking at the thumbnail. That's pretty funny. And look, guess who said that? A white liberal. Goodness, white people. I love y'all, but y'all white liberals.
A white liberal toner.
Chill out and stop instigating. White liberals, please just worry about yourself. Okay? Go to work, take care of your kids, take care of your marriage, and worry about yourself. Stop getting into other people's business. All right? Nobody gives a fuck. All right? What you think. For the most part, nobody does. Fucking keep your job. Stop protesting. Because y'all just too much. Too crazy. And you're wasting too much time protesting. You know what? I think most of the times these protesters are just protesting because they hate their jobs and they're just trying to find an excuse not to be in. But anyway, you can find me in Aubrey Freely _81.
It worked.
Well, yeah, they probably lost their job because of all that protesting, be missing all them hours at work.
No, you can't fire them because they liberals like to victimize themselves, so they can just play the victim and sue your ass. Say like, "Oh, you fired me
Right.
because I'm a
I'm trying to
woman,"
make
or
a
"You fired
difference.
me because I'm black." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, Instagram is Aubrey Freely _81. And yeah, still working on that YouTube platform. It would be coming before the end of this year. I promise you that. And you
You got
already
one
mentioned
more. You got one more month.
I got one more month. One more month. It's about to happen. It's about to happen. Doing some good stuff and some work, of course, that we've mentioned. There'll be more designs coming up, of course. And that's all. Oh yeah, and of course, shout outs to. Let me just get a couple right here. Shout out to. Well, I'm at that right now. Athena G Music. Check her out on her Instagram. Of course, she does perform in various places in Los Angeles. And of course, B.Creative CR. That's B.CR. Number 3, ATIVE. Shout outs to you guys. Keep it going. Keep hustling. What about you? Any shout outs? You've already mentioned a few, right?
I already did that.
All right. So until next time.
Toodles.
Peace.